Political party, terrorist organisation, resistance group, military powerhouse, Iranian proxy, a state within a state, all terms that have been used to describe Hezbollah. But what exactly is it? Hezbollah is a political and military organisation that is based in Lebanon and is mainly made up of Shiite Muslims. It views itself first and foremost as a resistance group against the state of Israel, as well as Western involvement in the Middle East. For those of you who don't know, Lebanon is a Middle Eastern country that is bordered by Syria in the north and east and Israel in the south. Geography and regional politics are important factors in history and even the existence of Hezbollah. Hezbollah, which means Party of God, first emerged in 1982 following the Israeli invasion of Lebanon that same year. The primary aim of the Israeli invasion was to expel fighters from the Palestine Liberation Organization, or PLO, who were launching attacks on Israel from southern Lebanon. But Israel's forces proceeded to invade Lebanon as far north as the capital Beirut, and then remained in an area of the south which it dubbed the security zone for the next 18 years.
Allah Akbar!
Israel's actions encouraged a faction of disenfranchised Shiite Muslims in Lebanon to take up arms and offer resistance to the Israeli occupation. This movement, which became known as Hezbollah, received vital financial support from Iran, as well as training from Iran's notorious Revolutionary Guard. In 1985, Hezbollah issued its founding manifesto, which, among other things, vowed the group's loyalty to Iran's then supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, and called for the expulsion of Israeli forces from Lebanon, as well as the destruction of the Israeli state altogether. With help from its ally Iran, as well as neighbouring Syria, Hezbollah developed into a political organisation with a substantial security apparatus, as well as a social services and healthcare network, which has won it wide popular support. Hezbollah competed in national elections for the first time in 1992, winning 8 parliamentary seats out of 128. In Lebanon's most recent national elections, held in 2009, it won 10 seats. The movement has also participated in national unity or coalition governments, and in 2008 its political power was strengthened even more when it was effectively granted veto power over cabinet decisions. In fact, Hezbollah is so well resourced and wields so much influence and power in Lebanon that it is sometimes referred to as a state within a state. The movement's popularity peaked in 2000 when Israel eventually withdrew its troops from Lebanon, largely due to the success of Hezbollah's paramilitary forces known as the Islamic Resistance. This victory brought Hezbollah huge amounts of support, but the movement's popularity was dented in 2006 when its militias carried out a cross-border attack on Israel, capturing 2 soldiers and killing several others. The incident triggered a month-long war between Lebanon and the Israeli Defense Forces, which caused huge destruction in Lebanon. In October 1997, the US State Department designated Hezbollah a foreign terrorist organization, and in 2010, the Obama administration described the movement as the most technically capable terrorist group in the world. Several major terrorist operations across the world have been attributed to Hezbollah or its affiliates, but the group disputes its involvement in many, including the assassination of the former Lebanese Prime Minister Rafik Hariri. In July 2012, Hezbollah was blamed for the bombing of a bus that was carrying Israeli tourists in Bulgaria, killing 6 people and injuring 30 others. The attack was the deadliest on Israelis abroad since 2004 and the first in an EU member state. Although the Bulgarian government has repeatedly said that its justified conclusion is that 2 accomplices to the bombing are members of Hezbollah, it has also stressed that this evidence is purely circumstantial. In May 2013, thousands of Hezbollah fighters arrived in Syria to help government forces in the fight to take back the rebel-held town of Qusayr near to the Lebanese border. The Syrian President Bashar al-Assad is also a Shiite Muslim, and Hezbollah has long been an ally of the Syrian government. Hezbollah's fighters are armed with sophisticated Iranian missiles, and many analysts believe they could tip Syria's battlefield in the favour of the Assad government. In July 2013, the European Union took the unanimous decision to put Hezbollah's so-called military wing on its terrorist blacklist. This was a major reversal of policy for the EU, and though the bombing attack in Bulgaria was given as the main reason for the EU's decision, it seems likely that Hezbollah's new terrorist status will be used by Western governments in their rhetoric against the Assad regime and its supporters. You can check out other videos we've made on other militant groups from around the world on the left here, and don't forget to subscribe.